Alright then, so I've arrived at Celtic Lakes. I wanted to take a look at the Korda Carpfest, which would have been the last one of the year at Celtic Lakes, well, in the country. But it does seem that the Welsh weather was a bit too much for the exhibitionists, and they packed up and left a day early, which is a bit rubbish for a 2-day event. It's only a 2-day event and they've halved it. So I'm gonna go wet a line. I'm gonna take a quick walk around the place. I haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do yet. I'm contemplating maybe do you fish the big catfish lake, or do I go over to Lake 5 and which is the Runs water, and maybe have a few fish out of there. I don't know. I'll have a walk around and make up my mind. And I suppose I'll let you know in a minute what I'm going to be doing. Alright then, I'll see you later. Right then, I started on Lake 5, Lake 6 I mean. I thought, well, now I'm here, I might as well. There is the chance that, yes, I could blank on this lake. It's a lot harder than the other lake, and we haven't really got the weather for it. But then, twinkling in the back of my head, thinking, well, I'm not going to catch the big ones in the other lake, am I? So I'm on Lake 6. I've had to wait a long time. I was refusing to set up until we had a break in the weather because it was belting down. And look at it now, the sun's out, it's beaming, it's actually warm. The wind's dropped right down. I've actually come behind the trees to do this little update because the wind's cutting in and I don't know what that's going to do on the camera. Well, I do it, it's going to make it, you're just going to see the wind muffling sound. Yeah, so I run up, slapped the bivvy up, chucked a lot of things in it, and I'm finally sort of unloading the car by here. And yeah, I'll do another little update now once I've got the rods out, and I'll see you then. Right there. Got the rods together and out. It's been a bit of a hit and miss. I don't know if the wind's hitting in on this now. It's hitting me so I can hear it. So what have I done? I put a big PVA bag just off there, in line with the chalets, so I'll be able to see that in the line. The other one off this island, not very far out actually, because of the wind I'm at the back end, the lights down, so I'm heading down for wires back led in. Look, because the wind tied the brolly underneath, I tied it to the bivvy, so hopefully I won't be blown off in the night. Yeah, so I've got my rods out. I've just got a lot of tidying up to do because I've just thrown everything in because it was just, well, the weather's awful in it. But what's the worst that can happen? Well, I know the worst that can happen, I can blank. But hopefully that's not going to happen. Alright then, I'll probably slap things to proper tidy everything up, have something to eat, and I'll speak to you later. In the meantime, hopefully I'll get a run. If that happens, you'll see it. Alright then, ta-da. Alright then, well, everything's ready to go now. I got the rods out, I got a lot more bait out than I got out earlier on because the wind was pushing everything I was throwing. I was just going straight off in the wind, so luckily I caught a sort of short spell where the wind dropped and I managed to put about 1 kilo of bait out in over 2 spots. well, the spot that is a bit further away and I didn't get that much out to is the one where I've seen quite a big mirror turn over. But then, on the other hand, the one where I have put the majority of the kilo, I did see I caught the back end of a fish crashing in the margins over that side. So I've dropped baits smack on where I was putting the free offerings. So we'll only see if that works. Yeah, it's windy as hell down here, but it's not too bad. Bit of a disappointment that I came down just to see what the Carpfest was like and maybe fish, and it just turned into me coming down to find out that they buggered off in the night, or buggered off in the morning. Well, what can you say? I was sitting at the shop, talking up in the shop, and there was people turning up just to see this sort of Carpfest that they were putting on, and they'd all gone home. So that's a bit not thought out very well, is it? Can't just tell people for a full year that you're having an event and then decide once a year it's not worth it, pack up and go home, because it just lets down a lot of people. But who am I to judge them? Alright then, yeah, I'm going to put the kettle on now, make myself a sandwich, because I bought some stuff to make sandwiches, and yeah, usually I don't bring any kind of food with me because I'm useless at bringing food. So I'm going to make myself a sandwich, have myself a cup of coffee, sit back and relax, and hopefully one of the alarms will start calling me over. Alright then, I'll see you later. Alright then, ta-da. Alright then, I haven't seen a single fish moving or crash for nearly 2 hours now. The sun's going down behind me. Hopefully, with the sun going down, the wind will drop a bit, I hope anyway, and I'll be able to see if anything's moving a bit better. I've been sort of keeping on baiting the spots, the 2 spots where I have seen fish crashing, just tossing sort of 5 or 6 boilies out over them sort of every quarter of an hour, just keeping them, well, hopefully trying to keep something a bit interested in where I've got the hook baits. But it's not working at the moment. Might work as it progresses, I don't know. Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to be much light left, so this will probably be the last unsupported update. I don't know, I might do some head torture on my face later, do some night updates, especially if I do catch something. But no, I'm not feeling it. I don't feel the wind gale force ripping through everything. I think maybe I should have tried to stay on the back of the wind, but there's nobody on the side of the lake, so that's why I came here. Sitting on the back of the lake is there's 2 anglers on the other side. Probably got the sort of where I would have picked to go, but if I've only got short amount of time to come down here, then I can't sort of sit it out on a peg for sort of like 2 or 3 days and wait for them to come along. But it can still happen. Right then, enough rambling. I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say ta-ra for now, and I'll speak to you later. Alright then, it's just gone at 9 o'clock. About 20 minutes ago I had a run, rod arced right over, and it was fighting like hell. and then it dropped slack. I reeled it back in, find the quick link had opened. Well, it hadn't opened, it was still on, but the rig had come off. So I suppose that's karma for bad mouthing Korda, I suppose, and then expecting one of their products to do me justice afterwards. Yeah, so I've just retightened the rig, made it solid, made it it's not quick linked on. So hopefully it's back on the same spot, well, more or less, and I just hope that whatever this, well, I don't know. I knew it was a big fish. It was something big, and well, I'll never know. All right then. I'll speak to you later on. Right then. After quite a dry spell, I had a run. Well, I had a couple of beeps about an hour ago. So got up for that, and I didn't touch it. I left it as it was, and now it's 4:05, and I've just put a fish in the net. It put up a hell of a scrap. It was fighting really hard. I thought it may have been one of the smaller cats, and of course. Well, it was a carp, but yeah, it looks a nice size, so we'll get on the mat and we'll have a look. Stopping at £15 3 ounces, so yeah, it's a common carp. So it's one of the biggest commons I've ever had out of here. So let's take a look at it. It's typical of a Celtic Lake carp. They've got huge mouths for the carp. It's going round. Yeah. So the light doesn't really give it justice with the colour. But, I think it's pretty flawless. Pretty flawless carp, there's not a mark on it. So there we are. It took till 4 AM, but it worked itself out in the end. Right then, let's get this back. Okay then, it's 5 to 7. Let's go my second common. Only a tiny one this time. Just weighed it. And it's saying £5 7 ounces. So didn't look that big actually. It's a bit of a lump, but it's only a small fish. But still, it's the second fish on the bank. Okay then. Let's get it back. Morning. Things didn't turn out too bad after all during the night. What was that? There's 2 commons on the bank, one quite a nice size and one a small stock. But yeah, I think I lost something a bit bigger early on, but well, at least that wasn't the end of it. I think the wind is cutting in, so I don't know if it's telling us. Ooh. Now you can't see me at all. Great. So yeah, so I done right in the end. I'm not only going to stay on here probably another hour before I get everything packed up. Cause I've got to be home. Got to be home around about midday today. So, but I came out and gave it a session in the rain, and succeeded where the professionals packed up and went home. What can you say? Well, I'm going to throw some food together, and I'll speak to you when I switch the camera next on. Perhaps I'll sort my hair out later. Okay. Alright then, I'll see you later. Let's get this positioned right. Alright then, so I started the inevitable pack down. Rain started coming in again, which I didn't really want because it's making everything wet before I go home. That's what I've got left. It's probably about half a kilo in there, and I filled that until this bag was bulging, so there's about 2.5, maybe 3 kilos in there. So I've put out 2 kilos of bait over the night. There was fish crashing over it most of the night. From about say 3 o'clock onwards, there was fish crashing virtually all over the baited areas. I just wasn't getting the pickups. I don't know. All 3 runs I've had were on a new rig that I tied. Well, I tied a couple of them before I came down here. On, I think they were Nash Fang twister hooks, and I've tied them so they're like a multi-rig blowback sort of style, and the other one then was just a KD bottom bait, and it's the Fang twister blowback that was I had all 3 pickups. I haven't had a knock on the KD, but then I don't know, perhaps if I'd have swapped them round into different areas, then I might have had pickups on both. But yeah, so it's the blowback that's the winner for today. Yeah, I have seen a lot of fish crashing right out in the middle. I'll show you where that is. If you go to fingers right along the back of that wall of the island, there's been fish crashing all morning there. I can't reach it, to be fair, casting. I think I checked it on Google Earth, and it's probably, even though it doesn't look very far, it doesn't look pretty far from here. On the camera it'll probably look even shorter. So, of course it's out of my casting range. But I've done, well, that's where the other bait was, in that margin spot there. And I haven't had a knock on that, but on the other hand of the stick, I got this island here, and I literally, I fed boilies all along and mainly concentrated a big carpet in the middle of there, and that's where I've been dropping my hook baits, and I've had 3 runs off that. So, yeah, there's not much more I can add, I don't think. I'm going to be packing up now, before, well, the skies are the standard sort of grey nasty, like they have been since I got here. The wind's totally changed direction, and I don't know if that'll change a lot of things, but it won't really matter because I'll be home. So I'll do one little last update once I get in the car, I think, and I'll see you when that happens. Alright then, ta-da. So there we go. Everything's out. Everything's in the car. Yeah, not a bad session considering the weather. It's still not nice down here, weather-wise, but yeah. Well, probably had the biggest. I've had the biggest carp I've had out here. Was it £15 common? So it's quite a nice sized common carp, especially for this lake. I don't think they go much bigger than that. But yeah. I'm going to make a move now. Next time I'll be on the bank is going to be at Todber Manor for the back of the land net match in 2 weeks. Yesterday. So yeah, let's see how I do on that. It's just hope I don't end up with tuna and fish, but I take 2 fish. Alright then, I'll see you when I'm next on the bank. You know when that's going to be. Alright then, ta-da.